Hello and welcome to Digital Talk Podcast, the podcast where we share stories with the wider community of how digital technology and telecoms can do good. Join me, Ian Ginn.
And me, Frankie Spagnolo, on our Discovery series as we talk to our guests and find out about themselves, what motivates them, and help celebrate their projects and achievements.
In today's episode, Frankie interviews Han Poem at MWC.
So, welcome, Oriol. First off, for our audience, tell us your name, the name of your company, and actually how many years you've been coming to Mobile World Congress.
Since it just came to Barcelona, so since 2004, 2005, I've been coming every year.
Wow.
For different corporations, my own startups, my own booths, etc. So.
And the name of this particular company is?
Han Poem.
Hand Poem. It's so romantic. Tell me a little bit about what you're trying to achieve here at the show this year with Hand Poem.
We are trying to find potential customers or channels to this innovation, as well as investors that believe in the idea that anyone can be an artist. No? So this is the big idea we discovered with this globe that started like a new instrument for musicians, but actually turns everyone into an artist.
And you said you've been coming to Mobile World Congress now since it came to Barcelona. Was there some inspiration from the show that sort of led to this, or is it a love of technology?
Yes, indeed, because all these years I realized how fast the technology was advancing and how every time more powerful, more available. So I started thinking actually, okay, how could I help the world, given that I had the chance to come very often and see the evolution working for large companies and also startups, but also I said, okay, why don't we create something taking this advantage to help the world. And this is where I'm telecom engineer. So I kind of inspired in some of the platforms and chips that are here, like the ARM chip that is inside here, and also the knowledge of Bluetooth. And then we did a quick prototype, and we ordered a small chip, and we started using it 2 years ago, and we ended up being World Trumpet finalists.
Wow.
Worldwide. So we were very impressed because the technology really, if you're interested, is here. So you can dream the impossible.
Well, when most companies say they're playing around with it, they don't mean it as literally as you do with the glove, right? Because now I'm a musician as well. In fact, we're both violinists.
Yes.
Which is incredible. And we're going to get into the glove in a little bit more, but you've been coming to the show for a very long time. It's a lot of hype cycles. Is there anything that you've seen this year that's really worth the hype?
This year, I've seen a very interesting evolution, especially a big hype with ChatGPT, of course, and generative AI, which is very unique, very new, but we already know a little bit about this. And the ones that we are more early adopters, I've been using for already almost half a year. Already the ChatGPT from OpenAI, but I have also used some other ones, actually in data scientist. So I also created my own models some time ago. And now there is a big revolution. And we can see this here in the Mobile World Congress. So these are the big things I saw this year. In addition, I have not yet seen any new device, honestly speaking, like this one of Hand Poem. Because I've been to not only this Congress, but some other congresses about electronics, but you see a lot of repetition of the same concept, no? Mobile phone or the VR glasses.
The glasses, yes.
With different formats, different kind of concepts, transparent or not, but at the end, the shape is the same, and the same with the watches, no? The smart watches is an evolution of the watch.
Yes.
But this invention of the glove, it came also with the willing to create a new disruptive device. Gloves have been for thousands of years, no? Mainly to protect the hands and also give you control of the animals, or so many uses. But by providing this touch of technology, is like suddenly becomes transformative. And I think that there are not a lot of like new devices out there. The good thing of the glove, we were very surprised, is that it's very fast. So the chips nowadays are very fast, and it has less than 10 millisecond response time, so the lag time. This is very important for gaming applications, for music, for video creation, for live streams, because it's instant, so there is no delay with the music or the sound. And also that is a personal device. There are other VR globes in the market, but this is not a virtual reality globe. The other globes are designed to work inside a room.
Right, inside a verse.
Yes.
Right.
And it requires to have sensors, so you cannot take it with you. But this globe is a personal device. It's a big difference, and it's the unique one worldwide that has these features. All the other ones depend that you have a computer with a dongle USB, for instance, where you connect. So this is the only one that is independent because you use Bluetooth with the mobile phone, and it's open source, so you can develop many applications on top. We have developed our own music application that, well, maybe you can listen as well.
We'll definitely share that with our audience. There will be a link in the podcast for sure. Because really with this, what we're talking about is being able to have a mixed reality environment or control over a mixed reality environment in everyday life walking around the street. But that kind of spatial computing has real accessibility context as well. And on the show, in Tech for Good, how do you see the glove helping on the accessibility side?
We discovered recently that actually is very powerful for blind people, for instance, and other people with communication as well difficulties. For blind people, because they can not use that much the screen, they use the voiceover, but this is not enough like
control
to create something or to communicate or create something beautiful, no? So we can write like maybe a emoticon, etc., between the people, or create like a picture and share it. But for them it's much harder because we assume that they can see the screen, and this is not the case. So the glove, what helps them to make music, but also they can, and they feel that music very intensively internally. So they can discover like new sounds, new melodies, like new. Because the glove is thought to be played without looking at the screen. You can look at the screen if you want to change something on the configuration, but it's not needed.
Right.
So you can just use the glove and start moving and start making music and trying with it.
And we spend a lot of time talking about how can AI make art, when really perhaps the question is how can we allow everybody to become an artist, right?
Yes, exactly. Because I have always wanted that to give a tool to people to control technology. So I think the person needs to be ahead of the technology and not the opposite way around. Actually, this is a quote from Gaudi. So
look
Gaudi,
at that.
Gaudi was about man is ahead of technology. So in a way, I think this resonates with me for some reason. And when designing the glove, it's intentionally that the glove is a control device. If you have a horse or riding a horse, etc., or you are controlling a sail, for instance, sailing or windsurf, etc., you always have, many times you have the option for a glove, no? And gives you this sense of control. So with this technology on top, outside of the skin, which is an important aspect for design principle, is that you can control AI, for instance, or robots. So for instance, if I give you right now a controller for controlling a robot that is in a factory, you will not have no idea how to use it to stop or move the robot, right? But with this, you could move the robot because it is super sensible, so it's almost instant, like 10 milliseconds, and the quality of the data is very good because it has 10 dimensions of data. The 4 from the flexors, so this bending of the fingers, each 4. 3 from the linear acceleration.
On the axes and speed.
And then the angular acceleration.
Okay, so tilting.
Tilting. And this angular acceleration and tilting is super important for gaming, for arts, for
musicians,
sports, musician, because it's what really makes the difference, I think, between a professional or an amateur in any discipline. No?
And as because we're going to wrap up with one more question, as we look towards the future, thinking about keeping our phone in our pocket as our computing device, what would you say to the telco operators right now and what they need to be thinking and doing?
So I think that their innovation department should look at more disruptive innovations. Like maybe starting small, because this is a category that is small spatial computing, but many players will come in the next years. So I have an estimate that there is a 1 billion consumer market for creatives and sports. We have 700 million sport practitioners worldwide on a daily basis. So these two categories, creatives and the sportsmen, make a big market for new devices, because
like the spatial computing glove.
You are not looking at the screen when you are playing or practicing.
Right.
Usually, it's not natural. So the naturality is a little bit the core principle that drives us.
That's the poetry of it, right? Yeah. And thank you so much, Oriol, from Hand Poem. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I'm excited to bring this information to our audience. So,
great.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to our new podcast. If you have any feedback or know of any stories to be told involving digital technology and telecoms doing good, then please do let us know via our email, getintouch@digiteltalk.com. Also, feel free to send us a message on LinkedIn. It'd be great to hear from you.
Before we go, if you've enjoyed today's episode and would like to support the podcast, then don't forget to give us a follow and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Also, if you'd like to leave us a review or share it with your colleagues, it really helps us on the channel.
Tune in to our next episode where Frankie will be interviewing Telet, who improve mobile coverage in rural not spots.
Thanks so much for being a part of our audience today, and hopefully you'll join us next time.
That's all we've got time for, so it's goodbye from me.
And that's goodbye from him.
Bye
for now.